Y'all cheating asses. Y'all a bunch of cheating asses. I can't believe that. You cheating asses. I cannot believe that. You damn cheaters. No penalties. Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? You gotta be joking, right? Zero penalties. He always does that, Billy. You got to be joking me. Brom called a great game. Coach Brom called a great game. He had a great game plan. It was a great game plan. We had one problem. Hey, Red State, let's listen before we get worked up. Red State, let's get the Facebook and the Twitter window watchers out of here. Yeah, if y'all want to enjoy this show tonight, you got to come over to the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Made for the Ville, MadeForTheVille. Made for the Ville. Come on over here to the YouTube channel. Come on over here to the YouTube channel. Facebook, I got to shut you down. Come on over here to the YouTube channel. Facebook, you get shut down in 3, 2, 1, bang. Twitch, you get shut down in 3, 2, 1, bang. Twitter, come join us on the YouTube channel Made for the Ville in 3, 2, 1, bang. Just peeking in. It's not, listen, I know what you're saying when you say you beat yourselves. You got to do that. You can do that with any single game, but you'd be amazed if a group of officials decide they're not going to call a penalty the entire game. You know, it takes a toll. That's like saying it's impossible. That's impossible. That level of gooning it up that they play, it's impossible not to have a penalty. There's one place that I feel like it was a beat ourselves thing. Coach Brom did an excellent job calling the plays. See no penalty, speak no penalty. You're joking. And it was their Super Bowl. It wasn't about the playing dirty. It sets the tone. If one side gets away with playing dirty and the other side starts off getting 15-yard penalties, you can artificially raise the aggression of one team and lower the aggression of another team. It's like saying your coach saying, "Hey, I'll go out there and get some penalties," and then they do some dirty stuff and don't get penalized. What happens? The team that's not getting penalized is going to get more and more aggressive. The team that's getting penalized is going to get more docile. Huge hold on the return. Huge. Yeah, and what do? You run back and you say, yeah, that's the SEC. No, that's not. That's holding. That's holding with a built-in narrative. I'm telling y'all, this is the least mad I've ever been in this rivalry game. This is the least upset I've ever been after a rivalry loss. Lawrence, what you do to get put in jail? Did you threaten somebody? What do they say? Like in the Bell situation. What do they say? The second guy gets caught. So Bell gets into it, then he gets punched in the face. They end up throwing the flag. So they're saying you're allowed to punch Bell, but he can't punch you. What you say about Ron English? Hmm. And for all y'all looking to put this in Jeff Brom's feet, because that's what people seem to like to do in the college market. Jeff Brom called exactly what he could get away with calling with the level of performance he was getting from his most important player. He was handcuffed. He was literally handcuffed. Anybody with football acumen, football IQ saw Coach Brom was handcuffed today. No, he did exactly what he could. Listen, once he saw that his quarterback wasn't going to let the ball go, he had to pull out his basic script. Yeah, the drop picks, that sucks. No, I thought he called a great game. Thought he had a great game plan, great call. When he listened at the end of that first half, when you saw he was just basically trying to get to the locker room, throwing it underneath, throwing it short. All the rivalry games have been close. It's a fact, Nick. Yeah, that Stoops to A&M is pretty funny. Nah, don't get drug into that thing. Don't, Fabian, don't let them do that to you. that's that's how you separate the room. It doesn't have to be Democrat or Republican or conservative or liberal. It doesn't have to be either or. That was not Brom. That Brom did exactly what he could do with the hand he was dealt. Really happy with the season in its totality. Really happy with the season. Mm. Extremely happy with the season, people. And Jeff left bragging rights. Yeah, new. Like I said, we know we have to get bigger up front. Yeah, 0 penalties is impossible. That's literally impossible. Especially with the way they came out, they were looking to get penalties. They were trying to get penalties. It looks like Stoops is really leaving, which is even funnier. hey, hey, Stoops is like, if that's Brom's year one, let me get out of here right now. he said, if this is year one, look at this stadium rocking. Is this is year one, and this is hell. I had to bring in some paid off refs. I had to have a 0 penalty game to barely beat this team in year one. Stoops is like, he is like, I'm out of here. He's like, yeah, let me get on out of here. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Stoops said, I'm out of here. Hold on, good people. Hold on. Okay, I'll wait to do that. Hold on. Can somebody send me the post game? I can find it. I should be able to find it. Boom, 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 boom. Present.
Okay, well, congrats to Kentucky. They came in here and beat us, and we didn't do enough to win. So it's a disappointing loss, and that's on us. So every loss is disappointing. This is disappointing. I thought we hung in there in the first half, come out in the second half, take it down and score, give up a untouched kickoff, which is ridiculous. Take it down and score again and answer again, and then give up 2 wide open wheel routes, 2-play drive, ridiculous. We've given up way too many big plays on defense. Special teams needs to be more consistent in offense. We can't have 2 fumbles that really hurt us. So you do those things, you're not going to win. So we didn't deserve to win. They did, and we've got work to do. We've got to now go play a really, really good opponent. And if we can't get those things corrected, it will not be a fun day for us. So we've got a lot of work to do this week.
Coach, after you guys did go up 17-7, do you feel like it was just a lack of composure or a loss of focus? Did guys relax maybe a little bit once you got up 2 scores? What do you think the key pressure point there for what happened?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was a kickoff return and the guy went untouched. Obviously, we had too many guys into the boundary. He bounced it to the field, and he's untouched. So it's bad. And then we respond again, and we give up 2 wide open wheel routes. Ridiculous. So I don't, it was a bust here and there. It might have been some coaching things we need to do better. A lot of things, as I look at it, probably need to be corrected and fixed. So I'm not going to blame it all on the players. I think we need to do a better job coaching and making sure that we put our guys in a better position to make those plays.
On the 2 fumbles, did you feel like it was a good defensive play, or your guys just didn't do a good enough job of protecting the ball?
No, we didn't do a good enough job. I mean, we work ball security every day, probably more so than any probably team in the country. We've done a great job as far as not fumbling the ball much this year, which is hard to do. Interceptions occasionally happen. We've done a great job of not fumbling the ball. We let one sneak out we got a touchdown on that shouldn't have happened. Luckily, the call was in our favor, and then just trying to get a few extra yards. We can't let the ball come out. I mean, we're driving the ball down the field, and you got to secure the football, and then quarterback is going to scramble. I know he's trying to get extra yards in the first down, but you have to protect the football. They can't, display it for them to put their helmet and punch it out. So, attention to detail needs to happen, and they made a couple of physical plays and knocked it out, and it hurt us.
What went wrong there on that last touchdown by Ray Davis there? It seemed like he had a lot of open space when he got to the second level. Do you see any breakdowns in the defense there?
Well, I mean, I can't tell from the sideline. He's untouched, which is ridiculous. We wanted to push him back. They're almost in field goal range, so we pretty much had an all-out blitz called, and I guess someone didn't contain their gap, and it snuck through, and that sometimes happens when you're all-out blitz and you hope to get a negative play, but if somebody doesn't do one person to do their job, it's going to create a crease. So I assume that's what happened, just from looking at it on the field, but not until I see it on video, I'll be able to tell you.
A couple personal foul penalties. The first one to start the game didn't really hurt you guys, but the second one seems like it may have hindered what could have been a touchdown drive. Your thoughts on the emotions of the games out there?
Completely disappointing. We couldn't have talked about that garbage any more than we could have. And the person who did it is a great player for us. He's a great young man. So it can't happen. And costly penalties, and just foolish, childish, and our guys are better than that, and that person's better than that too, and I'm sure he'll get it fixed, but that stuff can't happen.
Coach, it seems like over the last several weeks, getting off the field on third down, you forced the opponents into third and long, but getting off the field, especially down the second half of this one, as well as going back to the UVA and Miami games, is there anything you're seeing there on the third down defense that you feel like teams are maybe taking advantage of it all?
Well, to be quite honest, I think the last three games on defense have been subpar, and we need to do better than that. So it'll start with me and our coaches first. We need to have a better plan. So I think that's the main culprit. There needs to be a better plan put in place to make sure that it doesn't happen and you give up 100-yard rushers and 300-yard passers and a ton of points in 3 straight games. So we just got to get it fixed, and then we got to work down to our players. We got to put them in the best position to succeed, and they got to go make plays. Sometimes when you're doing something, there has to be a little change here and there. There has to be something they haven't seen. You can't just run the same thing every week against really good opponents. There's got to be some creativity and some coaching going on. So we need to make sure we do that.
Jeff, at times you guys were able to get pressure on Leary, get him sacked, but it just seemed like the pressure wasn't consistent. What was Kentucky doing up front to kind of stem some of those blitzes that you guys were trying?
Well, they had a couple play actions where they're run blocking and kind of keep us on the line of scrimmage and allow them a little more time to make the throw. And we got to get off blocks and we got to cover better. I mean, there's too many guys running wide open. When some guys are wide open, it's easy to make the throw, and that's what happened today. So, we got to fix that. Well, I mean, I do think we played to the end. I do think that we found ways to respond in the second half when we're not playing our best. The fact of the matter, we just gave up too many big plays. I mean, you can't give up that many big plays. You can't give up those big plays in the special teams. It can't happen. And then, the 2 turnovers were costly. So, you add those things up and you're going to lose by 7 points just like we did. So I like our team. I think they want to win. And we're going to have to just learn from all the mistakes we made today and try not to repeat them as much as we can.
Jeff, I know all losses hurt, but considering this is UK, does this one hurt maybe a little bit more than the others? And does it help to have that game next week against Florida State to rebound from that?
Yes, this one hurts more than the others. We wanted to win this game. We put a lot of emphasis on it. I give Kentucky credit. They came in here and beat us. So congrats to them. We didn't do a good enough job. And yeah, it stings. Our fans were great. They showed out. They wanted to win. They did their part. We didn't do ours. So you got to look in the mirror and man up and work hard to fix it, because we have a top 4 opponent that we got to play next week down in Charlotte, and we're going to have to play a whole lot more efficient football to have any chance to be in the game.
Oh my God. Coach, we are extremely proud. Did we make mistakes? Yes. Did we turn over the ball, give up a play or two we shouldn't have gave up? Yes. I don't think they came out without a good game plan. I don't think they came out not ready to go. I think Jack came out throwing the ball the first couple of throws. I think Jack Plummer got tight and he started soft shoeing. I think once he did that, Coach Brom had to go with a he had to go conservative. Jeff Brom had to go conservative. I think we got a little conservative. Like, once Jeff Brom had to go conservative with the offense, that means the defense can't take a lot of chances. So the defense had to go conservative. This game turned into just a total conservative game plan, because we couldn't hit any big plays, and we weren't comfortable running any big plays down the field, which is not how Jeff Brom coaches. It's not how he coaches. It's not how he sees the game. I think Isaac had a little more pop today than Jawar. Maybe Isaac gets a couple more of those carries. I think Chris Bell was matching the intensity of Kentucky. I don't have problems with it. Of course, you go through the week saying, "Hey, don't let Kentucky bait you into it." But it's not baiting. If you smack me in the face and we both look at the ref and the referee says play on, and then we get into it again, I smack you in the face, and then they throw a flag, that means, hey, you got trained by the referees to let Kentucky smack you around. It takes 3 smacks to train a dog or an animal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happened. It didn't take long to learn what kind of situation we were in today. DJ says, who's the next QB? He's not on his team right now. We got one possible next QB that's on this team, but in my opinion, the QB for next year is not on this team right now. Bottom line, we should have won. Didi, we should have won. Like I said, listen, trust me. I know better than anybody. You can always play better. And you can get cheated. They're not mutually exclusive. You can always play better and make less mistakes. And you can get cheated. Period. Listen, again, when you can't confidently run a 2-minute offense at the end of the first half, when you know you're about to get the ball back, when you can't run it because you're worried about turnovers, because you see your own quarterback is very it's tight and puckered up. I mean, listen. It just is what it is, good people. Listen, we had a game plan. Listen, you could see what's emotion, what's game plan. You should be able to watch this game and see what's a mistake what's a game plan, and what's an emotional thing. And you could see Coach Brown, like he's not into the excuses. Coach Brown, Coach Brown, Coach Brown is not making any excuses. He's not throwing anybody under the bus. He's not pointing any fingers. He's accepting responsibility for tightening up the mistakes he made. But I'm still saying, as a fan, as a fan, if you are knowledgeable in sports, you can acknowledge, hey, coach, you did a good job. You're gonna have some better players in here. You're gonna have some better players in here. You're gonna be able to, see some guys who don't tighten up. You're gonna be able to get some more stout guys. You're gonna be able to. Period. Yeah, Daniel, dude, he has an eye. He has an eye for talent. Like even the Jack Plummer thing. I think the Jack Plummer I think his value was maturity. His value was leadership. His value was knowing the offense, being able to teach it. You hire Jack Plummer kind of like a guy who can teach everybody the offense as you go along. Players, playmakers, you know what I'm saying? Guys with a little more, swag and confidence. Like Jack Plummer lacks confidence. He's a really good quarterback that lacks confidence. He has, he has a great arm, intangibles, all this good stuff. He lacks confidence. Look, even if they weren't SEC officials, they were SEC officials. You kidding me? It didn't take them years. And it's not just arm talent, it's leadership. There's so many things there's so many intangibles with the quarterback position. Yeah, Debbie K, listen, like I said, don't eliminate. Again, I can get as mad at Jack Plummer as anybody, but he made sure everybody knew the plays. Everybody knew what to do. He's selfless. So it wasn't like he was. Y'all remember when Brett Favre didn't want to teach Aaron Rodgers? He's teaching everybody the plays. Listen, I sat with him in the studio. He loves his teammates. He loves his job. But he's just not. He's not confident. So just throwing the ball under pressure situations or executing the offense. Yeah, he's not a bad QB, but he's not confident in his ability to complete the ball on a consistent basis in tight windows. He just doesn't have much confidence. CJ3K in the building. We just got to chop it up. Listen, y'all know me. I can get mad about some of these games. I can pound the table. I saw that game with my own two eyes. I saw nothing but good trajectory. I'm disappointed. I think our first year, I think rivalry, I think Kentucky played for the championship. I think Kentucky got away with everything they wanted to do. I just think they got they were afforded every advantage they could possibly get. And I'm not like a sore loser like that. I'm not like a blame the ref sore loser. But 0 penalties, that's impossible. Actually, don't let me say 0 penalties is impossible. 0 penalties for the most penalized team in the SEC is impossible. 0 penalties for the most penalized team in the SEC is impossible. You could see the walkthrough and could tell there's going to be a lot of penalties today. No, Ty Robinson. Listen, again, it's not one or the other. Jack Plummer brought a lot. He brings a lot. I mean, maybe Jack Plummer has the pressure off him now. Maybe he goes crazy next week. Jack Plummer might go crazy. I mean, like I said, he brought a lot to the table. We had a head start on the season by having a Jack Plummer in our quarterback room. Yeah, the hold on a return touchdown was crazy. Yeah, Daniel, that's unfathomable. The most penalized team, all of a sudden, not one penalty. Especially, like I said, Kentucky was turned up in the pregame. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to face, if nothing's no holding. A running team that doesn't get a holding call? Impossible. Yeah. Brom, listen. The good thing about Brom is when he recruits quarterbacks, he can recruit. He doesn't have to okay, NIL is going to be important, of course. But Brom can recruit some nasty quarterbacks with just film of Jack Plummer. The best recruiting tool that Jeff Brom is going to have in the offseason is film of Jack Plummer. Listen, I really, really, really like Jack Plummer. He's soft shoeing throws. So imagine if I'm Jeff Brom and I got a recruit in here or a transfer with a hot arm. What do we say? I look for a smart transfer with a hot arm, and it can be from the Power 5. It can be from D3. And anywhere in between. If he gets an intelligent quarterback with a hot arm, as confident, we're just going to go over film. And he's going to say, you see, we had this guy open. I couldn't get my quarterback to let that ball go. You think you can let that ball go? Listen, this is not about NIL. If I can get you to let this ball go, where Jack should have let the ball go, you're going to be in the top 3 rounds. Young man, I can get you in the top 3 rounds of the NFL if you can let this ball go. Do y'all think that 6'5" Jack Plummer with a great arm, above average mobility, speed, great arm, 6'5", above average mobility. You don't think that if Jack Plummer would let that ball go, you don't think Jack Plummer would have been in the top 3 rounds of the draft? It's impossible to go 10-2 and your quarterback not be talked about in the top 3-4 rounds of the draft. Let me repeat that. It's impossible to be 10-2 and have a 6'5" white pocket passing quarterback that can run and him not be talked about in the first 2 or 3 rounds. I'm sorry. I don't know a better way to say this, y'all. I literally don't know a better way to say this. Jack Plummer, leadership, dimensions, arm talent, he should be talked about in all the highest circles. But anybody who watches the film, they see he starts lobbing the ball. He starts pulling the strings. He gets sketchy. He gets skittish. His turnovers are bad turnovers. That's what keeps him out of being talked about in the top 3. It was terrible calls. If I was Pierce, I would get and stay in Coach Brom's back pocket. Listen, Pierce Clarkson he should have Zoskins, his dad, Brian, Jeff, and whatever receivers are coming back. Pierce should have 8 numbers in his phone. And that's it. And he should be joined at the hip of Jeff Brom. I sent Rummage an invite. Chris, I did send Rummage an invite. Pierce definitely has some tools. But here's the thing. Coach Brom's going to see how bad do you want this? How bad does Pierce Clarkson want this? Listen, I really like Florida State is down to their 3rd string quarterback. It's like at this point, everybody's victim to narrative. Everybody's going to be a victim to narrative, so I'm not freaking out about the scores. Because right now I can tell like the playoffs are going to get who they want in. Playoffs going to get who they want in. Bowl games, they can bump you out of the top 20. If you got 1 loss, they got a reason to bump you out. Corey, I know what you're saying. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Plummer. I'm not mad at the defense. But I just know they play off of each other. And when you have to play conservative on offense, it forces you to have to play conservative on defense because you want to just keep the score low. You can't take a lot of chances. Maurice, appreciate it. Hold on. Let's have a little fun. Nah, y'all thought I was leaving, didn't you? Nope, not just yet. Yeah, the narrative was going to be in place. Like I said, they were going to handpick who they wanted to be in. Again, yeah, zero. Like I said, you come in there gooning it up against us, zero penalties. Like if this was a real game, the referees would have saw how Kentucky was acting in the pregame, and they would have had a quick trigger on the flags. Jack Plummer will be the reason we beat FSU if we beat FSU. Yeah, now just get FSU. Yeah, that whole game will be about Jack Plummer. I mean, and y'all got to keep in mind, this is an ACC championship game. Some guys are starting to get their invites. They're not Pro Bowl, but their senior invites. People are starting to, look at their NFL goals a little bit more too. So those are a lot of elements. Like there's a lot of different emotions that are in play now. Jimbo Fisher to Kentucky. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Just even the narrative, like you saw what UK did pregame. You saw what UK's been doing the entire time. That should have primed you to say UK. UK is known for doing this, but the first thing was Chris Bell. Everything was about Chris Bell and getting him under control, and Chris Bell and this Louisville office. It's like like everybody knew what this narrative was going to sound like. We knew what it was going to look like. You knew it was going to sound like. Listen, the turnover sucks. But a 100-yard kick return that shouldn't have happened. Listen, you held. You held in front of the ref. He saw it right in front of you. The referee decided they weren't going to call that. Yeah, I heard the Troy coaches ask the inside shot. Yeah, Evan, it's unacceptable. Even if you throw the flag and then pick it up, that would be different. But to have a hole that big and the guy didn't even have to make one move, he just went boom, boom, straight to the. Referees throw that flag no matter what because it doesn't look right. A referee throws the flag when something doesn't look like something like that just happens too easy. Referees instinctively know there was a hold. Referees will throw the flag and then figure out who held while the guy's running down the field. There's no way that lanes would be that open from a team that has 9, 10 fucking wins. Pardon my language. A referee would just throw a flag because it don't look right. It didn't look right. We watched it. It didn't even look right. You slowed the guy down. Listen, if I didn't know any better, I would think Louisville was in on it. That's how open he was. Yeah. If we win, it'll be because Jack Plummer just relaxed. If Jack Plummer relaxed and let the ball go, I've seen him in practice. If he relaxed and just let the ball go, we beat Kentucky by 20 points. 30 points. He's tight. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I feel what you're saying. Listen, this was decided way before Stoops got in their ear. 7.5 spread. They were determined to keep it under the 7.5. Robert, I'm sorry. I hate doing this, y'all. Do y'all realize that all of America who gambles on college football bet that Louisville will beat Kentucky? You got 10. You're 10-1. It's a 7-point spread. Everybody knows the story of Jeff Brom back in Louisville. Blah blah blah. All you saw, Kentucky just lost to South Carolina. I'm telling you, it was already predetermined that Kentucky was not going to get penalized. I hate saying this, y'all. Like, I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news. Enjoy it. It sucked. It sucked. Enjoy your season. Enjoy the fact that you got a chance for Jack Plummer to give Florida State that work. And Harold, I'll even do this. Defense gave up 31 points. Take 7 off that on that kick return that you don't really put on a defense. That's a special teams thing. The money in the super conference. Yeah. It's not going to matter who's the quarterback for FSU. That's the thing. Coach Brom has offense that can move the ball. Did you see the offensive numbers? But when it's money time, we didn't have a confident enough quarterback. But it's why I don't freak out about it. Listen. Coach Brom, did you see how fast Coach Brom left that? Did you see how fast Coach Brom out agitated he was when he left that press conference? He's going to work right away. He's getting with Ron English right away. How did these wheel routes get out of here? What's going on here? Okay, did they get us or did we plan bad? Let's fix it. Oh yeah, please hit the like button. Why didn't Lauren tell her? Thank you, Red State. Did Lauren not remind everybody to hit the like button? I'm gonna have to get some more moderators in here. Lauren too busy saying hello to everybody in chat, letting everybody sit here and troll us to death. Basketball win will help us all. For sure. Hold on. So I guess Lauren did say it. Well, I guess she did do her job. Listen, do y'all realize Lauren got hit by a semi-truck yesterday, and she's in here moderating. Thank you for everybody who donated on Lauren's behalf yesterday. She really, really, really does appreciate that. She's sitting around in a damn, can y'all believe she's sitting around probably in a damn neck brace, sitting around in a neck brace moderating. Oh, listen. Listen, Lauren got hit by a semi truck, y'all, yesterday. Red State, did you not know Lauren got hit by a semi truck yesterday? And she's in here in the chat moderating a day later. And she had to cook. Lauren had to cook, moderate, go to the hospital. Moderate, cook, go to the hospital, and something else I might be forgetting. Jesus. Hey, she got hit by a semi, Kevin, yesterday. Robert says, all I can do is focus on Florida State. Yeah. Yeah, she left the hospital in a neck brace. She left the hospital in a neck brace. And I'm sitting here getting on her for not reminding people to hit the like button. Jeez. She really loves the Midnight Family, y'all. She probably the only person that loves the Midnight Family more than me. Because if I had to cook Thanksgiving dinner in a neck brace and moderate, I might take some days off. Lauren, no days off Kaufman. Lauren, no days off. All right, y'all, I'm good. Kenny Payne will save this weekend, says Evander. He better.